They are in here.
Got muskies.
Good job. Sweet first fish of the day. Team Rhino, Jensen sucker, 10-9, got it done. Let's get her back.
Welcome back to Mayhem's 10,000 casts. They'll tackle leader.
Well, first fish of the day, Ayden got it on a 10-9 Team Rhino custom Jensen sucker. Super natural pattern there for a very clear body of water, which we are on. And been kind of slow today. As soon as we got out here, we were coming out of a shallow bay where the boat ramp was, dropped off on a weed edge. There's a fish sitting on the weed edge. Didn't have cameras up yet, so we did not see that one. And then we kind of looking in the open water a little bit because there's tons of bait out there. But we decided to fish this little shallow bay here, and I was fishing the edge, running the boat out on the edge, 22, 23 foot of water, and kind of crashed up on top of it. There was a point that wasn't on the map. And as soon as I did that, Ayden got smoked. So we're gonna try just a little bit shallower, put the boat in a little bit shallower and see what happens. Hopefully that's a start of a little pattern we got here. Got great weather, just not marking or seeing a whole lot of fish, but that one there chowed that bait as you saw. But we're gonna keep after it here. Still got a good bit of the day left. I'm going to stay in the back chucking this tube over these weeds. Well, the storm pulled in. We have no idea where this one came from, but we got a little bit of a rain delay here, so we're moving spots anyway, so we're just gonna take our time. Hopefully this rain quits and we can get back to filming, catching some fish.
Hey Chase, what did we get from Team Rhino Outdoors?
Big dog, St. Croix. We got 2 offshore planer boards, leaders from Stealth Tackle. We got the new Braid, some Cortland, and some Bahio sunglasses.
Wait, carry.
What are you guys doing?
10-inch hex. Husky with this. Got a 3-pounder and 2. Check out teamrhinooutdoors.com for all your muskie gear.
What do all Muskie Mayhem Tackle Pro staffers have in common? Big fish pictures. Choose the brand that the pros choose. Muskie Mayhem Tackle. Let the mayhem begin.
a dying dog. I think he wanted it. Oh God. Check it out of there. Well, Jeff, I need more replacement tails for my dying dogs. Very, very typical. Usually it's to a muskie, but when I come to the northern land up here, it becomes pike. They like to rip my tail off. I think that one will still work. Looks like a wounded dying dog. Perfect.
Well, I had a follow earlier on the grenade, throwing a Team Rhino Outdoors Oktoberfest, the large grenade. About, I don't know, half hour later here, I just freaking got smoked. No hooks. I never felt hooks get into the fish, but good sign. You know, we got probably another hour of light left, and we're gonna keep working at it. Hopefully we get on some more fish. Got it. Go.
On the tube, finally. Well, actually did a lake change. Went to another lake. I don't know, we've been at it for probably an hour, 2 hours maybe. The other lake, Ayden got that one out on the cast and we ran with that for a while and didn't do any good. So we changed lakes. So now we're on a new lake. Hopefully this is the start of something good. Let's get her unpinned. Well, I've caught a lot of fish on shallow rig tubes this year. Definitely becoming one of my favorite baits to throw when nothing else is working. This water is a little bit darker than the body that we were just on, so I went to a little bit brighter tube. And I wanted to stand out a little bit just because they're being so lazy. I didn't know if it'd make a difference or not, so I tried it. If you saw there, she was pinned right in the corner of the mouth. So I'm throwing a little bit extra wide gap hook on the front of those tubes. So that way when they clamp, you don't have to worry about them squeezing it down. It's already past the tube. And that hook has definitely increased my hookup percentage for sure. Almost every time it's that hook right in the corner of the mouth, and they do not come off when they're like that. But deal with that later. We'll get this fish out and take a look at her. Try to get a couple more before it gets dark. Muskie bumper, measuring fish since 2008. Muskie boards that come in 3 different sizes, left and right-handed variations. They measure accurately up to 60 inches. Stainless steel hardware, lightweight and durable, and they float. We measure your success. Find us at muskiebumper.com.
Magnum Ventures Inc., a woman-owned company, has you protected when it comes to snow, sand, and wind structural fencing products, providing residential, commercial, governmental, and Department of Transportation options for superior property and roadway protection. Proudly made in the USA, Magnum Ventures Structural Snow Fence reduces the drifting and icing of roadways, decreasing the number of accidents and the need for roadside assistance. contact Magnum Ventures at www.magveninc.com for your project needs.
Let's get the bump board wet. See how long she is. Not super long, but really fat. My first Wisconsin fish ever. Oh, let's get her out. Very thick fish. Sweet. Short but fat. Super, super fat. Solid too. Awesome fish. Start the evening. A little backwards bump. Right there. 43-ish. Nice. Super dark, but super fat. I love it. Gotta love tubes. Shallow rig tube, little wider grip, wide gap hook. Got the job done. Yeah. As I say, she was tensing up pretty hard. Should have fought her longer. Sweet. Let's get another one.
Well, we're up in northern Wisconsin. Some waters that I haven't fished probably since 91, 92. Last year we fished some lakes that I hadn't been on in probably 15 to 20 years. Now we're looking at about 30 years, if you can believe that. But feels good to be back up in the North Woods. Hey, we got 2 fish in the boat so far, and we're gonna keep after it and hopefully get a couple more. We've kind of put together a little game plan, and it seems to be working. You know, Chase got that fish. Ayden earlier was fishing more of the slop. We were in shallow weeds, and it was earlier in the day, but as the day has progressed, we've seen more bait sliding out off the main breaks. And so what we're talking about there, I have my GPS set up so that it's 25 to 30 foot is blue. And the reason I have that set that way is so that I can fish that blue area. And we're casting right up into that 15 to 20 foot. And it's definitely seeming to pay off. You know, we've had some follows. I had that hit, Chase got caught. Definitely something to look at, you know, some of the deeper water structure. And you know what's so unique about this is that whether you're in Minnesota, you're in Wisconsin, you know, we kind of seen the same thing going on in Minnesota. We brought that same thing over here to Wisconsin, and we're seeing the fish reacting the same exact way. So definitely something to check out, and hopefully we can make it pay off again one more time tonight. Whoa! You good? Over here, dude.
Got a little jumpy there.
You about tipped over.
Well, I just caught a pike. About knocked myself out of the boat. Slacklined me, and I don't know. That's all.
So Brad talked a little bit location. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the bait selection that we got running here. Ayden's throwing a L-tail with an 1.5 ounce chaos weight. He's running about 12 to 15-ish, somewhere in that range. Brad's going kind of a medium pace with the grenade. He's getting about that same water column, 10 to 12. So we're showing him rubber and blades at the same water column. And I'm not going to fish deep behind the 2 deep baits, so I'm throwing a shallow rig tube, kind of trying to get a little bit longer cast than those guys, getting up just a little bit on top and then just slowly popping it back. And I'm probably getting down maybe 8-10 feet at the deepest. But I always want to have a little bit of variety in things. So we got rubber blades deep and then a rubber bait up high. So that's a good thing to do, is always stagger your baits and try different things until you really key in on what they want. A lot of times when you're doing this style of fishing, everybody gets a fish, because there's just fish kind of up on top, they're in the middle, they're on the bottom. It just depends on the day, but most time when on the breaks, from what I've seen, is you can get them on multiple different water levels on that structure. So we're going to keep going for a little bit. We've seen quite a few fish on this lake for the short period of time that we've been here. So we are going to keep chucking baits and hopefully get another one.
Well, that's a wrap for day one up here in the North Woods of Wisconsin. Feels good to be back up here. I haven't fished this water in a long time. Got 2 in the bag. Hopefully tomorrow we'll, you know, we kind of put together a pattern today, so hopefully we can get on them again tomorrow. We might even bounce to another lake. We haven't made a decision yet, but it's time for us to go get some food and get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, it's day 3. I don't know how much we're going to show you of day 2 because it was awful. We had an insane, giant cold front. We've seen a couple fish, but they were super deep, super late. Cameras definitely didn't even pick them up. But it definitely shut things down. So we decided to get a little bit closer to home and fish another lake that we haven't been to. And we are going to see what we can get done here. It's a lot warmer today, so I'm hoping it's better than what the cold front has been. We've got some clouds. It's kind of post front, but not really like a hard post front. It's just kind of a normal day. So we're just getting started here and pulling up the first spots. Let's catch some fish.
There it is. Nice fish.
First follow of the day. Been marking a few fish that just will not move up on a weed edge. So we kind of came out here a little bit deeper and found some cribs. Well, I started jigging on the crib. I'm watching my bait go up and down on a live scope, and then I see a fish come up out of there. So I kind of rose it up real quick to try to get it on the figure 8. She followed it up, really nice fish. I don't know, 46, 47, somewhere in there. But she just did not go for it. I think they're still in kind of a funk from that huge cold front we just had, so might have something here though for a little bit bigger fish. So we're going to run around and try to find more cribs and do some jigging on them. Well, a little midday update. The crib deal is working out. Not as far as catching fish, but we're seeing plenty and actually some really nice fish. So, had another one up on the 8th. That one was actually pretty fired up. Just did not open up her mouth. On a little twisted tube, Red October, mid-depth rig. So these fish are sitting, seems like 10 to 18 feet of water, somewhere in there. Some are suspended, some are sitting down in the cribs, but there's tons of crappies in the cribs. And those fish are just sitting there chilling around them and inside the crib. So we're going to keep after this. Hopefully right before dark they start munching. But as of right now, they're not. But that one right there was the most active one we've seen so far. There it is. Looks like a pretty good one. Oh, that's a nice fish. Not happy. Well, they turned on. I don't know, 10 minutes later, after I just raised up that fish, this one just clobbered me out there. My line jumped and everything. Oh, sweet. Feels good to get one in the bag. Good job, Ayden. All right, let's get the bait out so we can get after another one. Yeah, Ayden has actually been to this lake, and we haven't. And we're doing a lot different style of fishing than what he normally does. He's played with it a little bit, but not much. And we tried the normal fishing weeds, fishing break lines, and I don't know, we had maybe one really late follow. And then we started looking up that there's cribs here. So we started jumping around looking at finding cribs on side imaging and then stopping and actually fishing those cribs. And it's definitely paying off. We've seen, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 that were 45 to 48 inches probably. So pretty sweet. Second Wisconsin fish ever for me, so I'm pretty stoked on the old twisted tube. There. That one was not coming off. There's the bait. So what I've done here is that's a mid-depth rig, and usually they just come with this hook and this hook. So I took, if you look in there, I just took what they normally come with, like a mid-depth rig with the tubing. I put a hook off the back. So the only thing that sucks about these things is these tails get on this really bad. So I put a kink in it here, so now when I'm hopping it, that hook's right there. 9 times out of 10, they're going to eat it head first like that one did. But if they don't, they T-bone it. They're still coming from under it, so you're still going to get hooks in that fish. And I also got an 1.5 ounce weight on it there, just so I can work a little bit quicker, a little bit deeper. But let's get this one out, and hopefully they are starting to bite. Take a look at her. Not a giant, but I'll take it in this heat. Pretty funny, we had a horrible cold front. Both of us, all of us, were all in our rain gear, as much clothes as we brought. Today we wish we didn't have any clothes on. There we go. Super sweet fish. Awesome. Nice thick fish. Not your normal green one from Wisconsin, doesn't look like, but let's get a bump on her. Alright. Another 44. Same as the last one. Sweet. 2 Wisconsin 44s, both on red October tubes. I think we'll keep a tube on. Let's get her back. See you later. Sweet, let's get another one. I'm gonna rig up another tube. See, seems like they want the tube, so we're gonna have 2 tubes going. This is gonna be the standard tube though. I'm throwing the twisted tube, but slide it all the way to the front. This one's actually already been rigged up, so it's got holes for it. So I slide it all the way up, poke that hole, look at it and try to get it kind of straight. So that's straight. I'll put my front hook on. Again, I'm using the really wide gap. It's actually a Muskie Innovations hook. I think it's plasma point maybe. I want to say it's an 8/0 or a 9/0, but that's what I've been using on my tubes. Super wide gap hook. That way when they mash down, you got all that hook to go in the bone. And the top one, sometimes I don't even put it through, but this one I'm going to. Just try to get it as straight as you can, just like that. Another split ring here. Now she is ready to go. Sweet. Here you go, Ayden.
Well, we had a little mishap. We've been running pretty hard for the last 3 days, and even before we got over here to Wisconsin, but we've not had a full charge on our batteries the whole time we've been here. Staying up late, staying out on the water late, getting up early. The chargers just couldn't keep up to the demand, so we are dead in the water battery-wise. So we're probably going to have to call it a day. Not much of a breeze, so we can't really drift fish, but this kind of concludes this week's show. 3 fish. Wisconsin was okay to us, but I'll tell you this, the weather did not cooperate real well. A lot of rain delays. That huge cold front really played a big factor in this whole bite. And until next week, Mayhem's 10,000 Cast.